subscribe our channel and click bell button.
On April 29th, a mile-long asteroid will make a close approach to Earth as it passes safely by. There's no need to worry. This asteroid will not even come close to hitting Earth. Our solar system is actually littered with asteroids and comets, and sometimes they do come very close to Earth. When an asteroid or comet could one day come close to our planet, it's known as a near-Earth object. But how close is close? A near-Earth object is defined as an object that could pass by our planet within 30 million miles. NASA begins to keep close watch on objects that could pass within 5 million miles of Earth. To put that in perspective, our moon is only 238,900 miles away. Now, this doesn't mean that objects don't pass closer to us than our moon. They do. But the moon is still very far away. However unlikely an impact is, NASA wants to know about all near-Earth objects so that we can track their movement through near-Earth space and predict their trajectories well into the future. The Space Agency has a Planetary Defense Coordination Office that maintains watch for asteroids and comets coming close to Earth in order to warn of any potential impacts. Along with its partners, they discover, catalog, and characterize these bodies. But what if one of these objects did pose a threat? If an asteroid were on a collision course with Earth, we want to be prepared. That's why NASA is working on several techniques and technologies to help deflect an asteroid on a collision course with Earth. Join us as NASA experts discuss April 29th's close approach and what NASA is doing every day to help protect our planet.
Hello and welcome to a special virtual edition of NASA Science Live. I'm your host, Kelly Fast, and I manage a program here at NASA to help detect and protect our planet from near-Earth objects. As you might have heard in the news, an asteroid will be making a close approach to our planet this week. And while we can't be together due to social distancing, we have NASA scientists here to virtually answer your questions about this asteroid approach and help us understand how NASA keeps track of all near-Earth objects. First of all, this close approach really isn't so close since it will pass by millions of miles away from Earth. But before we can predict asteroid close approaches, we have to find them first. Let's watch this video that explains how we spot near-Earth objects.
How do we spot near-Earth asteroids? To start, survey telescopes scan the sky. When multiple pictures of the same spot show a speck that's moving, computers automatically check it against a database of known objects. If there's no match, it gets added to a list of objects to confirm. And if it looks like it'll pass very close to us, we give it top priority. Then it's time to call in reinforcements. More astronomers from NASA, other institutions, and even the amateur community submit additional observations. Each new data point helps refine the projected path, and this asteroid is going to fly right on by. All the info will be posted online, so it can continue to be tracked and monitored. Nice work, Planetary Defense Team. Keep watching the skies.
That was really helpful in understanding the various tools NASA and its partners use to discover, track, and monitor near-Earth objects, or asteroids or comets, whose orbits bring them into Earth's neighborhood. I'm joined by two very special guests. Lindley Johnson, NASA's Planetary Defense Officer, leading the Planetary Defense Coordination Office at NASA headquarters, and Paul Chodas, the director of NASA's Center for Near-Earth Object Studies at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. So let's first talk about this large asteroid that is coming by Earth on April 29th, 1998 OR2. Paul, what is that all about?
Well, this is an asteroid that we've been tracking for over 20 years, and we've been predicting this close approach for a long time. It's one of the larger near-Earth asteroids, and so it's kind of notable. It's around 2 to 3 kilometers in diameter, maybe 1.5 to 2 miles across. So that makes it pretty significant, but it's passing pretty far away. It's passing about 4 million miles away from the Earth. So it's very distant close approach. But it's notable because it's one of the larger ones.
Wow, and discovered 20 years ago. Well, Lindley, why is it so important to find near-Earth asteroids early?
Well, it's important that we find these asteroids as far out in time as we can, 20 years for this particular one. Because the more time that we have to determine whether the asteroid is on a trajectory that could impact the Earth, the more time we will have to prepare for that and perhaps do something about it. Be able to launch missions to deflect the asteroid off of that impacting trajectory. We have to find them early as we can, so that we've got the time to select the right option and do the right mitigation measures to prevent the impact, if at all possible.
Well, so Paul, everyone is waiting to hear, how often do asteroid close approaches happen? Are they something to worry about?
No, they happen almost every day because there are just so many near-Earth asteroids, but the vast majority of them are really far away. So they're not that close in human terms. For astronomers, they may be, close. 1 million miles is pretty close for an astronomer. But, and there are a lot of small asteroids, really tiny asteroids, which can pass like inside the moon's orbit and come pretty close. But these ones are so tiny, even if they were headed for the Earth, which they're not, they would burn up in the atmosphere. So there's these two, categories. Most of them are really distant, close approaches. They're not that close at all. And then there's a whole bunch of really, really small ones that we're tracking that are really not hazardous to the Earth if they should happen to hit the Earth.
Well, Paul, often people see articles online claiming there's an asteroid headed for Earth. And at the very end, most usually admit there's no threat of an impact. But what can someone do if they hear about a close approach in the news and they want to find out for themselves?
Well, the first thing you should know is that we've been tracking most of these asteroids for a long time, especially the big ones. And so we really know their trajectories accurately. These stories you hear on the web, a lot of them seem to imply, there's some kind of threat or uncertainty that, the asteroid could hit the Earth. And that's just not true. We know the path really accurately. At CNEOS, we have a website. And so people can go to our website and get the table of all the close approaches, and you can sort them by date, let's say, and you can see which asteroids, you can see their names, you can see how close they're coming, how far they're coming, and how big the asteroids are. So we provide a close approach table, and it's open to the public. Everyone can take a look.
Subscribe our channel and click bell button.